All right, and we are now live running two different freight trains. We've also got the Clo down here,
Hello.
as well as Mavi Dog.
What is it?
Want to be in a live stream, Dog? Yeah?
Can it be nice?
Mavi Dog loves live streams.
Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm so sorry.
Got all those new Union Pacific cars on the layout, and also just got the regular mixed freight going here. Carson Gaming, welcome. Left-handed Railroader, hello. Distinct Headlight Railfan Productions, welcome. A whole bunch of people joining in. Follow the train, CJ. Yeah, that's right. Hi from Germany, welcome.
Love you. Come here. No. Come here. Good boy.
Let's plan here, Dog.
Wants to get the cat litter.
It's not good, Dog.
He's a boy.
I saw a Kansas City Canadian Pacific engine today. That's cool. I haven't checked in a minute. Yeah, we got a dog last Canada Day. Not last Canada Day, but two Canada, yeah, 2024.
A year ago. A bit more than a year ago.
The Australian CLF brought me here. Last Bulldog Nose Locomotives built 3,300 HP. Wow. Got a whole bunch of Australian things here. We got an Australian engine. Got an Australian Shepherd. About last year, I got a 1952 Lionel Hudson. The smoke unit doesn't work, but it's a runner. The number on the model is 2056. Huh. I'm surprised the smoke unit's bad. I find those Lionel units are pretty solid. I just bought a MRC 9500 like yours off eBay. One of the meters is not working. Is there any way I can fix that? I've never opened one up before, but I have had the gauges stick a couple times. I think it's when they sit. So try applying the power, maybe with some current draw, and just, you know, tap on the gauges, like give it one of those. See if you can get the gauges working again. Because one time I actually spilled some water on this, and both the gauges got locked, and over time they freed up just by, you know, giving them a little bit of a tap there. So try that. Xander says, I'm turning 24. My birthday next year. Oh, congratulations. DB Tech, welcome. Are you watching Love Boat? No. It's got the 80s music going. What do you think of the Union Pacific Norfolk Southern merger? I don't really have any thoughts on it. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. I guess they're going to come up with a new paint scheme. Did you buy the BK locomotive? I never did. I think it was like $150 American. Should be about 200 Canadian, so I didn't, but it's kind of tempting. Today or tomorrow, I'm getting a railroad set, Life Like Your Favorite. Yeah, it's a good choice. I mean, Life Like's not the highest quality, but I still love the brand. They better call it Southern Pacific. Love the music, thank you. I have a Proto 2000 Berkshire. The eccentric rod broke from the screw. I've tried to super glue it. It kind of works, but it breaks often. Any ideas how to basically weld metal with plastic? If super glue isn't working, you could try to sand the surfaces before adding the glue just to make them a bit more abrasive, and sometimes that allows the glue to grip better. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure. There is a channel called Watch Trains Now, and he does a lot of videos on how to fix eccentric cranks with paper clips and things like that. So maybe you could check out his stuff, see if he can give you some advice. But yeah, that's not an easy one. How far are the tracks from each other? I think it's about a ½ inch. By any chance, if you can run a Union Pacific model? Yeah, for sure.
Will you get a scale train Berkshire?
I'm not planning on it.
Can you run some new Heaven? Also, it's always nice when you're streaming with Chloe and the new Nerf pets.
Oh, there you go, Chloe.
What kind of tracks do you use?
What kind of tracks?
Yeah.
Code 100 nickel silver.
The little railway man says, thanks for the inspiration to start model railroading.
Glad to hear it. We've got a bit of a derailment going on over there. It's not good.
Loving the new rail cars?
New coal cars? Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Unfortunately, we just had a bit of a derailment over there. It actually managed to jump the other set of tracks. That shouldn't be a problem.
Hey, SMT, do you have a peer market?
Not currently.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how to say that.
Pear Marquette.
Per market. Are you running DCC?
Just DC at the moment. I think the freight train actually would have missed the derailment because it switched tracks before. I don't know why this thing keeps locking up. Definitely got some electrical issues. Try to get 1225. Well, I did order a Lionel Polar Express, so technically I have it. What's your favorite diesel locomotive? The Dash 9.
Do you like planes?
I like a Cessna. I'd love to own a Cessna at some point in my life. What are your thoughts on Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern merging? A lot of people are asking me about that. Honestly, I haven't looked into the details of the merger. The only thing I'm wondering is what kind of paint scheme they're going to come up with. Can you run 2 -9s? Let's see what I can do. Maybe if I put another -9 with the current one, I can get the 2 BNS or the 2 Union Pacific units to work well together.
Do you have a Santa Fe -9?
I believe I do, yeah. I might run it with this Union Pacific if I can't get the
Hello
first
from
one to start.
Southern California.
Welcome.
How's Nerf Cat? He's doing good.
He's doing pretty well. He went to the vet for his checkup today, and he's doing pretty well for his age, honestly.
Still rocking.
Yep. Do you still have the Tyco DCC locomotive, so can you run it? Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can get these -9s working first.
How old is Nerf Cat? 21?
In human years, he's 17. I don't know what that is in cat years.
I thought he was 21.
Well, he's 17, assuming he was born in 2008, but we didn't have him when he was a kitten, so he could be older than we think.
Show the oldest train you have.
The oldest locomotive I have would probably be my grandmother's Hiawatha.
Oops. Sorry.
Which is that one right there. See if those will work well together.
Do you have any Wisconsin Central or Wisconsin and Southern locomotives?
Wisconsin, which railroad?
Hold on. This one.
No, I don't have any from that railroad.
I thought it was pretty cool, Louis, Matt. I thought it was pretty interesting. So
Yeah, well, you found out about the hobby on
the
day
day
one.
we met.
Yeah. That was lucky.
Yeah, I learned it the day we met. But I really thought it was cool, actually.
Well, the thing is, my friend Ray lied, and I knew she was full of it because she was like, "Harry, you need to show her the layout." And I was like, "I don't know, Ray. Like, you know, she might think I'm a weirdo or something." I am. And she was like, "No, Chloe really likes trains," which, you know, I was sure was a lie. But I was like, "Okay, whatever." So anyway.
I did not know
yeah.
she told you that, actually.
Yeah, she did say that. Anyway, it worked out.
I do like them, I just don't know much about them.
So here it is, the sound-equipped Tyco Golden Eagle hauling this freight.
Do you have any trying?
I do. What do you think about the Union Pacific Norfolk Southern merger? I don't have any opinions on it. I'm curious about what the paint scheme is going to be, but yeah, I think that's about the 4th time somebody's asked that this evening. So
Yeah.
why would you sound equip a Tyco? A power torque motor is too loud to justify any decoder you installed, i.e. the gear noise. Just for fun. It's not a practical thing to do. I mean, the Tyco I did that on, I think was only worth $1, but a lot of people ask me if it's possible to add sound to older DC locomotives, and I thought, like, kind of, what's the roughest example of a DC locomotive? And what came to mind was Tyco.
Do you know what NWR stands for?
No.
Can we get a street view of the streetcar, please?
Street view of the streetcar.
Yeah.
I think it's derailed.
I'm not sure what that means.
They're talking about this thing.
Oh.
Yeah, the problem I keep having with this is the Bachmann one, all the others don't have this issue. The Bachmann one derails, and when it does, it shorts on that switch. And the last time that happened, it actually fried the wheels on this, and I managed to fix it with a piece of heat shrink tubing, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of a questionable repair.
Have you looked into any 3D printing for your layout?
I have a 3D printer. I use it for parts occasionally, but it's definitely not the most common unit on the layout. Trolley derailed again.
Have a great night, Cohen. I'm hoping to go to my train store and buy a Norfolk Southern and a Union Pacific loco. Sorry, I'm having a hard time.
Stands for the Northwestern Rock Island Sodor Railway. Okay. Does the German train still run? It has a bad gear, but it will still move. I'll get it going in a minute here.
What is Nerf's cat's real name? It's Suki. Nerf cat fits him better. Favorite brand for locos?
Athearn.
I didn't know he had another name.
Well, he's always been called Sook. It's just Nerf Cat was always what kind of stuck on the channel.
Yeah. There's a train rolling past the railroad behind my house. That's pretty cool.
Which railroad?
I don't think
Well,
he's.
this one keeps coming to a standstill.
It has been a very long time since I watched you. And how is that blue goose? Can you run it?
I don't remember what the Blue Goose is like these days. We can try to run it.
I've actually seen Nerf products labeled as Nerf Cat in stores recently.
Yeah, they do exist. I don't know if they did when I first started calling him that, but they're definitely around now.
Do you have any challengers?
No, well, I have a Challenger. It doesn't run at the moment, though. They copied SMT. Well, I got the idea from Nerf Dogs, so I would say I copied them.
Where is CLF1?
CLF1. Well, I already ran it. My cat is the dispatcher. How many cab Fords do you currently own? I think I only have the original one, the Southern Pacific. Somebody's asking what your favorite type of horse is, Chloe.
My horse.
What kind is your horse?
Draft cross. We don't know what cross she is with.
Some kind of drafted horse.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on streamliners? I love them. Engines of the future before their time.
Also your horse. Which is your horse again?
I think she's an American paint.
Yeah, something like that.
I have a dog. She's 1 year old and watching the trains go around my layout.
Oh.
And David from DB Tech says we have a tabby cat showed up in the yard trying to find its owners. Well, it sounds like it found a good home, David. That's how Nerf Cat showed up. He followed us home one day. We were just walking through the neighborhood and he followed us home and he looked pretty hungry, so we gave him some food and the rest is history. We found out he did have an owner, but the lady who had him before had a bunch of pets. You know, I think she kind of just took him in, and I don't think Sook really liked living with a bunch of other animals. I think he really liked having his own house, so I'm not really surprised that he moved in here. Can we have Nerf Cat on camera? I'll see if I can get him down here. He had a bit of a rough day because we took him to the vet, but he usually comes down here about 9 o'clock every day, so he might show up. You try running the T1. Yeah, I guess we could try that. It's a better level for you, Chloe.
Nerf cat is a grumpy cat when he has to go to the vet, huh? Yes.
He is a grumpy cat.
He does not like the vet.
He's an old man now, like he's 17. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be very happy being taken at the vet if I was like 89 or whatever age he is in cat years.
Do you have a triplex?
I don't know.
No. We need a Nerf cat paint scheme.
No doubt.
What is your favorite engine to run on your layout?
Probably the Hiawatha.
Can you run Super Chief?
Run it later.
You should make the Nerf cat express train.
For sure.
Nerf cat is 84 in cat years. Yeah, about that.
That sounds right. Greetings from Ohio. Love the channel. Thank you. What's the name of your dog? It's Maverick. Glad to see that the T1 seems to be running pretty well. Are you a Top Gun fan? Absolutely. I love that movie. Show us Maverick. I'll see if I can get him back down here.
Oh. Is that a super chat?
Here's our Mavi dog.
Mavi?
He's really good at catching cat treats. Just loves like just doing some of that.
Good boy.
That's a good Mavi dog. He's like, all right, what else did you bring me down here for? What do you think of the train's dog?
Whoop. No.
How much time have you spent on your layout? I have no clue. Over the like 18 years I've had it, I don't know. It must be a lot. I don't regret it. He requires food. Very food-oriented dog.
Look at the camera. Saying hi.
Hey, Mavi dog, does tilting your head make you understand things better? I wish I could tilt my head and understand the world better. How often do you clean your engines in a month? It depends. I mean, modern engines I hardly ever service. Older ones like the Hiawatha, I try to add oil almost every time I run them just because they've got metal components. But modern engines are pretty low risk in terms of wear just because the parts are low friction. Oh, looks we got a new member. Let me see if I can find that. Slow chat, super chat. Can't see who joined. Uh-oh. The messages have just disappeared now.
Uh-oh.
Show chat. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Brandon Crosser, thank you so much for joining the Well Folks Club. Do you prefer steam or diesel? I prefer steam in terms of the looks. I prefer diesel for the reliability, both in real life and in HO scale. Ever thought about a multi-tier layout? I've thought about adding a freight yard under this layout with some sort of a ramp to access it. Do you have any maintenance of the way? Got this speeder set. Do you have any junk box locomotives you've been hiding in the back of your shelf? Oh, I've got tons of junky engines. I'll see if I can find one to replace the Union Pacific here. What do you think, Mavi Dog?
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Mavi?
Is he stepped back upstairs?
I think he did. That was quick.
Smooth dog.
What is your least favorite HO locomotive?
The first gen Bachmann GS4s. They're full of problems. Yeah, in terms of looking for junky locomotives, I think this one tops them all. It's got no handrails. The back fit's been sawed off. One of the vents is gone. Yeah, this thing's pretty bad, but it will haul this train.
How much does your layout cost?
No idea.
What is the coolest thing on your layout?
The Hershey factory.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Would you consider riding the 611 on its upcoming steam excursions?
If I lived closer, maybe. The old junker life, like. I couldn't even run it the right direction because it's missing the back coupler. So I just have to run it in reverse. Do you play Red Dead Redemption 2? I have a feeling you would like it. I've never played it. I probably would like it because I am a pretty big fan of the Grand Theft Auto series, but no, I can't say I have. You should put the abandoned bridge back into service. I think it serves better as a scene. That thing is loud. Well, it's from the 70s and it's in terrible shape. The fact it's still running this well, I think, is nothing but a miracle. What's your favorite movie? Probably Superbad. GTA 6 still hasn't come out. I don't think it's going to be released until 2027. They say it's supposed to come out in 2026, but they also said it was going to come out in 2025. So I think they're going to delay it further than people think. I'm so psyched it's going to take place in Florida, though. I think that's going to be awesome because I'm a really big fan of the original, like, Vice City. So I think a new version of Florida is going to be great. I think it's coming out in the year 3000. Yeah, you're probably right. Hey SMT, I love the layout. Have you ever considered doing an operations sessions where your viewers direct the operation? Seems like a fun idea, especially with the design of your layout. I think it's a good idea. It would probably be better if the Hershey factory was still connected because I disconnected that a few months ago in anticipation of moving the layout into the garage. And then that didn't end up happening because the garage is still flooding out on a monthly basis. So don't know when that's going to happen, but at some point I feel like that would be a good idea. The engine doesn't sound good. I think it's mechanically healthy. I know it looks awful, but I don't know. It's never let me down. Please run a New Jersey Transit. Sure.
There would be a really cool idea where viewers could control which train to run and the amount of power that gets the tracks to change the speed.
It's not far off from what happens, but yeah, I mean, if people want a certain speed, I'll try to do it.
I'm impressed with how much it's pulling.
It's a tough engine.
Can you give me some advice for my new OH layout? Is it HO?
I think that means HO layout.
Okay.
Yeah, make a list of what you want. I would suggest just going out and getting some inspiration from old model railroading magazines or videos you see or anything. Just get some inspiration, make a list, and then kind of decide based on how much space you have and what the budget is. I've been running new rails and I've been testing my engine and pulls the train to stops in a curve. I thought that the wheels were bad. No, the engine is just very lazy. Maybe it's just underpowered. What's your favorite model train related YouTuber? I don't know if I have one in particular, but the first one that comes to mind is Darth Santa Fe. Classic Model Trains, that's another good channel. Watch Trains Now, that's a very underrated channel in my opinion. I'd have to think though, there's a lot of really great model railroad channels out there. If you guys, everyone, no one put their own channel, but for anybody out there, like, list what your favorite channel is. I would love to read them all. Well, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. It's very generous there, Norm. What does it say? It's just a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. SMT and Ben's Trains. Ben's Trains is pretty cool. He's up and coming too. I don't think he's been making videos for that long, but I've seen some of his content in the YouTube shorts space. Pretty cool stuff. He seems very enthusiastic. Watch Trains Now. Yeah, it's not a very well-known channel, but I like his content. My favorite channel is SMT. Well, thanks. Scott's Rails. Yeah, that's a good channel. Crafty Fox, yeah. Classic Model Trains, that's solid. DB Tech. I think David's in here right now. He'd probably be happy to hear that. Caboose Stop Hobby? I don't know if I know that one, actually. DMR, I don't know if I watched that one either. DIY Digital, yeah, he makes some good stuff. He's got a lot of good information videos, I gotta say. He's been making a lot of content around that. DIY and Digital. Duck Destiny. I don't think I've seen that one either. SCL 3618. He's been making content for a long time. Eric's Trains. Yeah, the O-Scale guys. Sam's Trains. Monster Railroad, that's another really old name. Sam's Trains and you. Heist. I guess Heist does make some model railroading content, but I feel like a lot of his stuff's about actual trains. I think he actually, volunteers at a museum or something. Elite 149. That's another underrated channel. He does a lot of good Tyco content. Justin's Trains. I don't think I've seen that one, to be honest. Joel 2000. Yeah, that's another, 2008 era model railroading channel. He's been around here forever. I'd pick Sparky. Well, Sparky's just a legend. He's part of every channel. Classic Model Trains again. Cadence's Rail Yard. That's a cool channel. RBP. Yeah, Chris. Mr. X says RBP, Heist, Eric's Trains, Classic Model Trains. The Unlucky Tug, yeah, that's, I feel like the Unlucky Tug is more like Thomas-based stuff, but I do like his information videos. Model Railroading with Larry, I don't think I've heard of that channel, to be honest. LaserJet, yeah. LaserJet, I think, is more of a train simulator guy, but good stuff. Hello SMT, I just got my second deck of the layout up and running. Well, congratulations on that. Norman Corey, SMT got me back in a train, so pretty based. Ever been to California? I have been to California. I've been to Los Angeles. I actually have family. Both my uncles live in Palm Springs, so yeah, I'm familiar with California. Hey SMT, I'll be going to a train store near me, hopefully, to get some model trains, if I can convince my grandpa. Best of luck with that. And David says, my favorites are SMT, Sparky, the Griffin are all at the top. TSG Multimedia is a good one. I don't find they make a lot of content anymore, but like back in the day, like if you were watching like model railroading YouTube in 2015, like TSG was where it was at. And they still make good content. I just don't find they're as big in the space as they once were. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ed Hodge. Norman Corey says, DB DB Tech, you have a nice channel. Ever been to Connecticut? I've been around there a lot. I think the closest I've ever been to Connecticut would be like around Massachusetts. I've been to Boston. My uncles used to be in Boston, so I was going up there like when I was a kid. Every summer I'd visit Boston, but I think that's probably the closest I've been. What was your favorite TV show when you were a kid? Probably Johnny Test. That wasn't a very popular show. A lot of people don't like it, but I always thought it was pretty funny. I just got here. Is there any context behind the F40 hauling a coal train? No, I just had a coal train set up and somebody wanted to see some New Jersey transit, so that's what I had. Park the car. The New England accent is the best. Johnny Quest, Johnny Test. Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island was legendary. I watched that a lot at my granddad's, and then later when my family got a cottage in Maine, that was pretty much all we had. We still don't have internet at the cottage in Maine, so when we go up there, it's just like DVDs, and that's what we have, the whole Gilligan's Island series. All the 60s shows got Gilligan's Island, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie. We've also got Newhart, but it's not really a 60s show. I think that's 80s by that point, but I still love it. It's wholesome. Eminem Rails does fun live streams. Mark is an absolute legend. His sense of humor is great. Definitely an underrated channel. Any new additions to the layout soon? The biggest one I can think of is adding on the Forest Fair Mall, but we'll see. Building that is going to take a lot of time. It's probably going to be a similar level of effort as it was to building the Hershey factory, even though it's a smaller project, just because the interior is going to be really important. Lance Chancellor, thank you for becoming a member. I haven't caught a live stream in a while, but I love the content. I'm glad you got me back into model railroading. Well, that's really great to hear. I was out of the hobby for a couple of years, you know, so like when a lot of people say I was out of the hobby and your videos got me back into it, it really does mean a lot, because I was in that state at one point. Newhart, that's a classic. I can't believe you know what it is. I love it. I might be going to the train museum in Kennebunkport on finally on a trip. What do you recommend? I think the most obvious thing is the Seashore Trolley Museum, because the Seashore Trolley Museum also has the Model Railroad Museum. So if you get a pass to ride the trolleys around, you get to also go in the train exhibit, which is pretty cool. And they also have a really tiny store which sells some HO scale stuff, so that's kind of a cool part. But the Trolley Museum is wonderful. It's a very wholesome operation. Like, you know, it's a non-profit. It's just run by a bunch of volunteers, and they kind of just take what they get from the museum and reinvest that in the trolleys, and I always have a great time there. I can't think of too many other railway-based things around Kennebunkport. There is the Amtrak train with the Downeaster, but that's really the only rail thing I can think of. Yeah, love the Trolley Museum. Well, thank you so much for the $30 super chat, C-Pop. Very generous. There isn't any message there, but thank you so much. Can you please run your Aristocraft 240? Well, it's not an Aristocraft. I have this thing. So that's what you're talking about. I'll try to run it. But if you're talking about that Aristocraft I bought off eBay, I don't know how you know about that, but it's pretty funny if you do. Crazy how many eBay sellers from like YouTube have commented on my videos. Like there have been times where I've like uploaded a video of some random train I've bought off eBay, and I just get a comment. It's like, I'm glad it got a good home. And I'm like, what do you mean? He'd be like, oh, I'm the one that sold it to you. I'm like, oh, okay.
Where's the big gold train that you ran on the HO scale layout?
It's just in storage. Just seeing if this thing has any... Yeah, I thought that might be derailed. I didn't even know this thing could run without its tender. That's cool. And now this is stopped. Shorted? Nope. I don't know.
Have you got your dad's team locomotive running on the layout yet?
The one that's on the layout kind of runs, but no, I need to do a rebuild on that.
Uh-oh.
What?
It stopped.
Chatted or the locomotive?
The locomotive.
Try giving it a, yeah.
I think it's derailed.
No, it's just being fickle.
Good evening, Willow.
Okay, I think we got the G skill running. Track might be dirty. Maybe, I don't know. I've also been running it for a long time and it's got old wheels. It's probably the wheels, honestly. Perfect. I made it through that time. I don't get what's going on. I should probably check in on the current draw and make sure we're not cooking the motor out of it. For whatever reason, the trolley has stopped derailing. That's just been going solid. Run some Chicago Northwestern. Let me see if I can find one. I'm pretty sure I have a Chicago Northwestern.
Oh, you got a super chat. Did you already?
It's the old one.
Oh, okay, okay. Hello. Hey Harrison, this is Connor, the guy who you helped fix the Chattanooga Choo Choo from Tyco. I got it finally running today on my truck. It runs brand new.
I'm so glad to hear that. Fantastic when these things work out. Okay, I found the Chicago Northwestern, so I think I'm going to take the T1 off because something's going on with that.
Harrison, can you run the Kool-Aid via train?
Yeah, I can run Kool-Aid Locomotive.
How's the weather in Canada?
Pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty nice right now. It's been pretty hot in the last few weeks, but now it's getting back down. So now it's pretty nice and sunny.
Yeah, like the last few days, it's kind of been in the 70s.
Yeah.
Pretty ideal.
Are we going Fahrenheit?
Well, it could be asking from the US.
That's true. Haven't thought about that.
Can I see an Acela run? Yeah, sure.
I'm so glad you're still doing this after so many years.
Thank you.
DV Tech is asking, do you have any Tyco trolleys?
I sure do. I could see if I can run one on the inside track there. Okay, so originally I was blaming the T1, but I'm starting to think I've got some kind of a track issue because it's weird that this thing is stalling in the same corner.
Nope.
It's a bad switch, I think. Something's whack there.
check your rail jointers. Might have a loose one. It happened to me.
Well, they're supposed to be soldered. Maybe a connection cracked.
You should run all of your British steam locomotives in a new vid.
I like that idea.
I subscribe to your channel.
Thank you.
Long time no see from Jacob Gaming Day YouTube.
Jacob Gaming.
Yeah.
I use code 83. Fair enough. I'm going plane spotting with a friend tomorrow. We are private jet hunting. Wish me luck. Are you going to film private jets or you're going to look for a private jet to buy?
Fixed it.
Good work, Chloe.
Uh-oh. Oh shit.
What happened?
It derailed.
Oh, it went the wrong way.
Oh, this one started by itself again. I think you
Something's
moved
wrong with that
something.
part of the track.
He said, I spent too much money on model trains. I could never afford a private jet.
That's relatable.
Uh-oh.
Unironically, years ago, when I was working at the farm, there was this woman I was working with, and she has a dad who does very well for himself. He's in construction or something. Anyway, this one day we're working together, and I don't know, we were just kind of talking about her family, and she was asking about my dad, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, my dad, he's a man of very little wants. You know, he worries about everybody else. I think the only point in life where he really treats himself is like he has a nice car. And she responds, my dad is the exact same way. He doesn't really want anything for himself, but he is having trouble picking out the private jet that he wants. And she genuinely thought that was like a relatable point. He's having trouble picking out the private jet that he wants. Like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, all of her dad is just looking for private
It
jets.
derailed again.
It's a hard life.
Oops, sorry guys. Did I say a bad word?
Yeah, you did swear when the train derailed.
Oh, I'm sorry guys.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put $1 in the swear jar close.
That's why Harrison drives the Oldsmobile unlimited trunk space for trains.
Exactly. Yeah, you can load that thing up with an entire layout if you need to. So many opinions on private jets. Well, if you have a dad who's looking for one, yeah, I guess you're gonna have to pick between the Bombardier or the Boeing, I don't know.
You could fit a private jet in the trunk of that old.
For sure, it's kind of like a private jet. It definitely flies with the confidence of a 747. Takes up the same amount of space too. Well, I don't know why the Via keeps derailing, so we're just gonna have the Acela haul these cars around.
I just logged on and saw Miss SMT. Congrats on that news. Huh?
What's the news?
Oh, I think he thought we just started dating or something, but we've been together for almost 5 years.
Hey, never 5 years too late.
Don't worry, Chloe, if you work at my job, if you ain't swearing, you ain't working.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, the truth is, a lot of people think like I never swear because I don't swear in my videos. I have in a couple live streams. Like, if anybody remembers the one where the Acela flew off the layout, I was not very happy about that. And I try not to, just because I see it as being impolite. But whenever I'm like wrenching on something like the Oldsmobile or an outboard motor or something, it really helps.
You kept her secret from us for years. No, I think I've been on here for a while actually.
I think you were in a video in like 2021 or something.
Yeah,
like
something like that. But I think people.
It was very brief.
People didn't really realize, I think. Can you move the camera so we can see the layout better?
It'd be better if it's like, I don't know, maybe we'll move around to the other side here. Maybe I'll take the soldering iron and try to fix that. I just heard Morse code.
What's that?
Do you have a Morse code device? I don't know where that is right now.
Do you have any houses or buildings you want to change or add?
Not specifically. The only thing I want to add to the layout is Forest Fair Mall. I've had that sign out front for, I'd say, like a year and a half at this point. Yeah, I really want to build the mall. I have been making plans like on my computer for how I want to like actually build the model, because I'm not going to build it to scale. I'm just going to build the main concourse, which in real life was 50 feet wide. So I'm just trying to kind of scale that all down. But yeah, I want to build Wing C of Forest Fair Mall. And if any of you are from Ohio, or at least from Cincinnati, you'll probably know a lot about Forest Fair Mall, or Cincinnati Mall, or Cincinnati Mills as it was later called. It's a very notorious mall. I love it. It's my favorite mall, but she had a troubled past, I tell you what. In a past live stream, I asked if you like video games. I have a train mod for Minecraft, and I'm unfamiliar with one of the libraries. Can you help? I think it's mainly a purple gray line. I haven't played Minecraft in a while, but yeah, if you want to send me an email about that, I guess I could try to help. I'm not super familiar with coding, Raven says, I helped build that mall. No way. There's really old footage, which I got my hands on of them constructing Forest Fair Mall. So it's possible you're in that. It was from a 1986 or 87 video. So this has to have two bad connections. I think that one of them is right before the mountain and one is right after the mountain, because it shuts off there. So there's a bad connection there and there's a bad connection there. So we probably just need to do some soldering. The news crews made many visits while it was being built. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. Something Journal, I think. The Forest Park Business Journal. They're the ones who did the video. But LJ Hooker Corporation, I know they also made a video when they opened the mall and stuff like that. I've been trying to compile everything so that when I build the model, I can also build like a history video, kind of like I did with the Hershey factory.
What do you think of Century of Steam?
I'm not sure what that is. It was a big deal back then, being the largest mall around. Yeah. Raven, I don't know if you can answer this for me, but I heard rumors that when they built that mall, they designed it to have a potential third floor added on. So if it took off, they could expand it. I don't know if that's true. That's what other people who have been involved with it have said, but I don't know if that's just a rumor or not. You run a trolley. I'm gonna look for one. I was looking for one of the Tyco trolleys, but I couldn't find it. Do you have any BNSF? We've got some Dash 9s, yeah?
Is Nerf Cat sleeping? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Sleepy kitty. He had a big day today. Can you run the SMT mainline diesel engine? Whoop.
I'll try to run one of them, yeah.
What?
I remembered something. You did an unboxing where you got an SMT Berkshire. I remember coming around the mountain. I was super jealous. Can you run it if possible? Yeah, sure.
What brand was the F40PH engine you were running earlier?
It was a Lifelike. Well, the Kool-Aid one was a Rapido. The one before that was a Lifelike.
Quick question, how do you connect your tracks together beside the tracks connectors? Also want to hear a funny story about my grandpa. It's pretty funny.
Sure. Yeah, for connecting the joiners, I just add solder after they're connected. Helps keep everything in check. See if I can get the SMT engine running here. It's a little cold on startup. Let's back this up so we can actually
Sure.
try to capture the SMT engine running around. I'll go try to find the steam engine there. How many cows in the pen? I have no idea.
Probably about 15. More than that.
It'll get me closer to 30.
Yeah?
Well, I'm just guessing here. The SMT engine is running pretty well now.
There's 21 cows.
21.
Quick question, where's the best place to get Tyco replacement parts for rolling stock?
There's not really any dealers anymore. I mean, the best thing to do, I mean, Tyco stuff is really common. Just buy more used stuff, and then if you find something that's in really poor condition, steal all the parts off it. Because I don't think Tyco stuff has been made since like the 90s, so there's not really going to be any new old stock. Don't you have an O-scale? Yeah, I do have a O-scale GG1 from the 40s, which I fixed up a few months ago. Can you recreate the P42 derailment on the street running section? I don't know if I can. The track is a little different than it once was.
Whoop. I found that I can 3D print HO trucks.
I guess if you have the STL files, yeah, why not?
Oh, you got a super chat.
Oh,
Did you click on it?
it's from
or-
Ed.
Oh.
It says, hey SMT, looking forward to the video placing the roadside accessories on and the fire hall on the layout. Yeah, absolutely. I've already kind of got a construction site near the freight yard, and I feel like a lot of those accessories would look good on that side. So thanks again for sending those. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with the Berkshire, but it doesn't seem to want to start. Let's run something else, I guess, for the time being.
Oh. Assisted.
Nice work, Chloe. I'll try to get the GS4 going here. Are the vehicles glued down? None of the vehicles are. I glue down the buildings and the trees and things like that, but I like to move the vehicles around every so often. Can't remember what this is programmed to. Try 1. Apparently it's programmed to 2. Do you ever use Hot Wheels? I never have on the layout. I have a bunch of old Hot Wheels from when I was a kid, but Hot Wheels are 1 in 64 scale, and model trains like these HO ones are 1 in 87, so I just don't find they look quite right. Kind of enjoying the background music. Thank you. Are you into Star Wars? I like the original series. The new ones, they're okay. I wonder if this can skim past this. Yeah, I guess it can. Oh. Kirsten, have you tried replacing cracked gears in a Bachmann diesel with 3D printed replacements? I've tried and they seem to work really well. I haven't so far. I've only used classic model trains method, which is actually adding metal sleeves to it. No, I haven't tried the 3D printed parts yet. I'm curious to see how they perform. I think we'll have to run something else. This seems to be derailing a lot. Run a -9, sure, from AW Viewer. Have you ever seen Thomas and the Magic Railroad? It's been a long time, but I did, yeah. change the music to the Unstoppable theme. I don't think I have the copyright abilities to do that. My grandpa would work on air conditioning for the Santa Fe. He'd work Monday all day and then test the rest of the week. The test would be laying by the floor. I'm 60 years old and I tell everyone everything I know about working on trains came from watching a kid, so thank you. I'm 60 years old and I tell everyone everything I know about working on trains came from a kid, so thank you. You've been a great help. Just wondering how old you are now. I'm 24. But thank you, that does mean a lot. I don't know why this derailed. If you could change anything about the hobby, what would it be? I think it would be just the barrier to entry. I feel like there isn't a really reliable budget starter train set. And I also think a lot of people get intimidated just by like the amount of knowledge. Because I think what happens is like somebody new is getting into the hobby and they go on Reddit or they go on some model railroading forum and they're like, okay, I want to start. Where do I begin? And there are people who have been in the hobby for, 50 years, and they have a lot of really good knowledge, but they say like, oh, you have to pick an era and you have to pick a location and all this stuff when, they haven't even tried running a model for the first time ever. So I feel like some people get just overwhelmed. Like they feel like they need to kind of fly before they can even crawl. But that's really it. Other than that, I think it's a terrific hobby. You can definitely learn a lot of different things in it. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's all right.
I was just did you read this already? What's the app you use to make plans for layouts?
I use Rail Modeler Pro.
What's your favorite British team engine beside the LNER Grizzly A4?
The Scotsman.
Hi, Jessica.
Controller Packers, welcome. What's your favorite Thomas and Friends character? Thomas. I feel like that's probably a boring answer, but I haven't watched the show for a long time. How many track types / brands are on the layout? So all the track is code 100 and almost all of it's nickel silver. I do have some brass track on some of the less used parts of the layout. In terms of brand, most of the switches are by Pico. A lot of the curves and straights are by Atlas, but there's definitely some little bits of Bachmann and Mahano and Probably some lifelike mixed in there as well on the older side of the layout. There's definitely some Tyco track on a couple of these curves. Is there any modern day manufacturer whom you think consistently releases an inferior product? Probably Bachmann. I don't hate Bachmann, you know, like I feel like they have been stepping up their game, and especially in terms of like detail, but I don't know, for the money, like if I buy a modern Athearn product or an Atlas product or something, even though it's expensive, I feel like it's going to be reliable. With a Bachmann, I would be a little bit more concerned. They're just a hit or miss brand. Sometimes they hit it out of the park. Like I've had some Bachmann engines that have never given me any trouble, and then there are others where right out of the box they've had problems. You should run the Extendo Santa Fe. What do you think of Hornby? I don't know as much about them. They aren't sold in Canada. If you want to buy them, you have to import them. They seem like a decent brand, but it really also depends on what era, because like I've got some old Hornby trying stuff from the 80s, and it's very similar to like Tyco and Lifelike, where you had the pancake motors. Those are not super reliable, but there are some other Hornby engines I have, and they seem pretty solid. So I think it really depends on what you're dealing with. You know, it's like saying, like, is Ford a good brand, right? It's like Ford has made some amazing trucks, and then they've also made some junk. Like, you know, I think it comes down to more like what the year and the actual specific one is, rather than whether or not the brand in itself is good. I got an HO scale care package a few days ago. It came with a locomotive that didn't run, but I'm fixing it up. We are on pause. I hope that works well. What do you think of Montana Rail Link and its downfall? I wasn't aware that it went through a downfall. That's unfortunate. Is David D to G scale here? I don't think I've seen his username in here. What's your favorite Tyco locomotive? Probably the Golden Eagle. Don't you just love it when your cat who never cuddles wants to cuddle? I've never had that feeling. Well, Nerf cat's always kind of been a snuggly cat, but I used to have this cat. My very first cat, Sybil. She was interesting, and she was not very affectionate. But once in a while, you'd be sitting down watching a movie, and she'd sit down beside you, and it'd be like, whoa. Yeah, me and Sybil had a love-hate relationship, because, you know, as a kid I'd chase her around the house, but she also did this nasty thing. Like, when I was a kid, I'd chase her, and then when we got to the stairs, she'd go through the banisters, like, because the two stairs were overlapping like this. She'd stick her head through it, and she'd try to claw at my head. So she definitely dished it back. She definitely dished it back out. She was named after Sybil from Faulty Towers. Does Nerf Cat bite? Not hard, but when he was young, he never bit. Never once. He was like a perfectly behaved cat. Now in his older age, he's a little more fickle, and sometimes you have to be careful because he'll be petting him, and then he'll just decide, no, I don't want to be pet anymore, and then he'll bite.
Yeah.
But I don't know, he tenses up before he bites, so I usually know to like, you know, take my hand away before he bites. Coke or Pepsi? Personally, Coke. Which are you, Chloe?
Unfortunately, I have to say Coke.
Oh no. A French girl that doesn't like Pepsi?
Whoa, I do like it. If I have to have Pepsi, I'll have it.
Pepsi's alright, but...
But I unfortunately have to choose Coke over Pepsi.
Cheesecake or ice cream? Ice cream.
Oh, that's too hard. Okay, I'm gonna go with ice cream, but cheesecake is a very close second. Also, you don't even like cheese, so...
Yeah, maybe it's unfair. Weird question. Have you ever explored an abandoned train-related spot? Well, I did explore the abandoned rail cars when the Hull-Chelsea-Wakefield Railway, which was the one I grew up with, went out of business, because that kind of became abandoned, and the rail cars sort of became a spot where a lot of vagrants was moving in, and so I was going in there, but it was really sketchy because there was people kind of living around there, and you didn't know what kind of state they were going to be in, so I was around there, but it was pretty sketchy by the end. I'm trying to think if there's any other abandoned railway things I've seen.
Now they made me want ice cream.
Yeah, I'll have to go get some Chapman's vanilla. I'm going to Maine in September with friends to visit another friend. There are 2 abandoned steam locomotives in the woods near Bangor. Have you ever been there? I haven't been to that part of Maine. Like, I've been... my entire life, I've been going to like Kennebunkport. We have a place in Arundel. And I've been up to Boston a bunch of times, which is in Massachusetts, not even Maine. But that's pretty much all of Maine I've explored. I haven't... Well, actually, I was in Ann Arbor, or not Ann Arbor. What's it called? It's not Ann Arbor. What's the name? Bar Harbor. I went to Bar Harbor. But that's about it. I would like to visit Bangor, Maine. That's actually where that famous episode of the Trailer Park Boys is supposed to take place, so it'd be kind of funny to check that out. Ever visit California? I've been to LA once. What type of switch do you use for your layout to go from DC to DCC? It's a double pull, double throw switch. So you wire the 2 wires from the DCC controller on one side, and the 2 wires from the DC controller, and then the 2 output wires go to the track. You can buy a painter sheet, and that means the spiders don't get on your layout. Well, I don't know if in another, maybe if like you're in Australia, if spiders getting on the layout's a big problem, but I can tell you what, this basement is full of spiders. There are spiders everywhere down here. I always see them like crawling around the floor and up the shelves and stuff, but I just leave them because as far as I'm concerned, that's like free pest control. So, you know, they're doing their job. Are you using Insel frogs or Electro frogs? I use Insel frogs. So with an electric frog switch, you need to wire it. The insel frogs, you know, it's kind of just plug and play. I usually do an electrical bypass though. Let's see if I can find one that you can kind of see it. I bury it in ballast so it's hard to see, but there's a jumper wire. It's like I solder both these together and both these together. Ever visit Possum Lodge? I've never been to Possum Lodge, no. I am a big fan of the Red Green show, though. Ever been to House of Trains? I can't say I have. Problematic tracks.
Problematic. Oh. Problematic.
Welcome, Jersey Bill. Which one is better, Tyco or Bachmann? I think Bachmann is probably more reliable, but I like Tyco better just because they made really weird stuff. The club layout I operate in California sometimes has random bugs or spiders on the lines. I hear old number 7, yeah. That universal blanket license, working full time. Duct tape and WD-40 is all you need. Don't mention the WD-40 word in the model railroad community.
Why?
Well, I don't know. A lot of people say WD-40 will melt locomotives and stuff.
Oh.
Before I knew better, I was using WD-40 on my engines like when I was like 12 and it didn't melt any of them. I still have those engines and they're working right. But I do agree that it's a bad lubricant. Like I find WD-40, if you need to get like an old rusty bolt unseized, it will help. But in terms of lubricating, I think it's something like 70% Croyle. So its lubricating properties are not very strong. Three going at the same time, you have the track sorted. Well, they keep, this one keeps shutting off somewhere around here. So there's a bad connection. I think I'm gonna have to resolder. I bet it's those connections and these two. I would never use WD-40 on any one of my trains. I'd rather use Labelle oil. Yeah, I think Labelle is kind of like the best of the best. I would argue that 3-in-1 oil is probably better than WD-40 because at least it's actually lubricating, but I would definitely recommend an actual model lubricant any day before I would recommend 3-in-1 oil. Just pinch the rail joiners for a quick fix. Well, they're supposed to be soldered, so something else is definitely wrong there. That's how you determine a bad connection. I'm pretty sure it's this rail. Kind of.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's that one. But If something's shutting down, because this is a loop, there's 2 bad connections. So that means we've got a bad connection here, and it means we've also got a bad connection right there. So I need to solder this, and I need to solder over there. I use 10 weight air tool oil. I've heard of some people using ATF. I've never tried that myself, but with old brass engines, I could see that working. I find it funny how you pronounce solder. Well, I know across the pond they pronounce it like with more of an L, like solder. I find in North America everybody's like solder. You say solder with like, in North America you say solder with 3 A's, you say solder.
Coffee. What's your favorite commuter railroad?
Go Transit. Is that a new super chat? I don't know what it's in.
Oh, I thought you did it already.
No, it's a new one. I don't know what currency this is. Hello from Brazil. Thank you for the Ferteshi videos. Keep it up with the great content. What size of loop is the layout? I'm planning to get a 3 by 1 meter space for it. This layout is a 4 by 16 for the main section. I don't know what that would be in metric measurements. So I think a meter is like 3.5 feet or something. So you could probably run 18 radius curves, if not 18 radius plus a few pieces of 22. That's what you have. Looks like we've got another super chat. This was from Jersey Bill. WD-40 contact cleaner is the best for electrical contacts. That's good to know. Well, thank you. You vibing with this music, Chloe?
Yes.
How long until you release an SMT branded fiberglass pencil? I don't know. I need to find some off-brand manufacturer who's willing to put my name on one of them. I feel like every fiberglass pencil is the same. I haven't seen a difference in quality. Every time I order one, it looks like the exact same unit. They probably all come from the same factory.
I'm watching this while riding a subway train.
That's trippy.
What's your oldest / newest loco that is in operation?
Probably my grandmother's 1951 Riverassi Hiawatha.
Did you see the new super chat?
Is there another one?
Well, I don't know which one you did last.
Yeah, I've read that one.
Oh, okay. Does the Blue Goose Steam locomotive run?
I don't know. I should check that.
The cat is upstairs. I think he's sleeping.
Yeah, a little meowing. Alright, I did some on-the-spot welding right here, and now the BNSF is rolling right through here, so... all in a day's work. Take the Porcella out of freight service. It's an electric engine, it's got tons of torque. I don't know how this is gonna do, because this thing pulls like crap.
Was it a CLP or CLF class loco in the thumbnail?
CLP. I think it was a CLP8 in the beginning.
Okay. Oh, you got a new super chat. Do you have a model of Santa Fe 3751? If so, can you run it? It's my favorite loco. Keep up the good work.
That's my bad.
Hold on. What languages can you speak? I speak French and English. French is my first language. Did you hear the loco that they wanted to run?
Have you ever modeled the Santa Fe 3751? If so, can you run it? It's my favorite locomotive. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the super chat. I don't think I have a model of that Santa Fe engine. We do have the Blue Goose, though, which it's not having it. Try to remove a car, see if that makes the difference.
Trying hard.
Yeah, that's what matters, right? Come on, little buddy.
She's not sure. Oh.
See if on this straightaway it gains traction and gets up to speed. How's the Hershey section coming along? It hasn't had any renovations since like 2023, because that's when I completed it, but I think it's still looking good. Can you run your Amtrak P42? Let me see if I can find one.
A guy almost lost a locomotive. Whew.
This is some power music right here. Superintendent Chalmers. I'm not cooking any steamed hams. Rock, who is that? Craig Palmer? I think this song is called The Runners of Olympus. If that name doesn't exude confidence, I don't know what does. I just picture some deep 80s like corporate voice being like, "Here at Raymark Industries, we make the finest cameras in town. If you need a camera, we have the best lens technology. Through prompt know-how and industrial clout, Raymark makes the best lenses." And then they have like a tour of their factory and they're going through the floors. And there's a woman working at the plant. She's got the like oversized 80s like glasses and she's just really focused on her work, putting the lenses together for cameras. Do you ever get tired of being asked the same question in every live feed? Yeah, I mean, sometimes certain questions do get repetitive, but what I try to keep in mind is that somebody who's just joining in the live stream doesn't have the context of like the previous answers, so you know, it's not like I think people are just spamming questions. It's just that they weren't there to hear an opinion. So like, you know, with people asking about the Norfolk Southern merger, for example, I already answered that, but somebody just joining in might not have seen that part. So that's probably why it's being asked. Is weapons oil good for model trains? I would guess for older locomotives that are brass, it might be because it's metal components, but I probably would not use artillery oil on anything modern. I got a vintage Canadian Pacific Pac-Man Scheme Locomotive RS2, and it uses very well, surprisingly well. It pulls fur, and I got it for only $19.99, not bad. What size foam board do you use? 2-inch, half-inch thick foam. 2-inch thick is probably better. Can you run a shunter on the streetcar line? Jersey Bill, do you ever get tired of being asked the same question in every live stream? Yeah, very funny. We'll see if this thing will party with the streetcar line.
Oh.
What's your favorite Amtrak phase? I don't know them in terms of phases, but whatever was going on in 2000, well, maybe 2001, whenever the Acela was there and you had the P42s, but you still had some of the old F40PHs as well. Chloe's just bopping out to like the 80s music over here.
I'm vibing.
Ever been to Kentucky? I have been to Kentucky. I went to the Greater Railway Museum of Cincinnati, which is actually located in Kentucky, funny enough. Have you ever heard of Eric's Trains? He does some cool O-scale stuff. I haven't watched a lot of Eric's Trains, but yeah, I know who he is. Cincy, Tucky. I'm about to go spend so much money on train stuff tomorrow. Pray for my wallet. It's all right. The 2012 budget's going to be right in line. Ever been to Buc-ee's? I haven't been to a Buc-ee's. I would love to visit one day. I haven't been there, but I have seen a lot of videos of it. And the thing I really want to do at Buc-ee's is be like to spend a day there, just buy like sandwiches and stuff. Maybe if I get the Oldsmobile running really well, that will be the goal. Drive it all the way to Buc-ee's. Go get some good fuel for it. Do you have a favorite anime? Initial D. I don't watch a lot of anime. Spending money on trains is an investment, he said to his wife. Hey, well, look at it this way. With inflation being as bad as it is right now, if you have $1 in your wallet, it's just going to get chewed away. Every day it depreciates in value, but if you buy a locomotive, maybe it will hold some of that value and then you can sell it in 10 years. Terrific investment. Can you say that again? I'll go get my wife. My wife actually gets excited every time we go to the model train store and shows me the cute box cars. I've made money on model trains. So there you go. There's all the proof you need. Good investment. SMT, I thought you were 18. Yeah, I know. I look like a kid. 24 is still a kid. Exactly. Young at heart. Can you run a Union Pacific locomotive? And I won $37 in total yesterday and $30 of malicious lottery tickets. Do you ever play the lottery? Oh yeah, no, I pay my stupid tax every year. I don't know why I do, because I've never won anything from it. I have the worst luck with those. but every Christmas I go buy everybody a bunch of those $1 scratchers. It's good stocking stuffer. It's exciting. I don't have that luck on my side, that's for sure. I'm lucky in many other ways, you know. Luck's gonna be one place. I wouldn't change anything, but yeah. Is YouTube the full-time job? I mean, it's part of it, but I've also got the boat recycling business and the furniture building thing, and I don't know. I'm creative with the money crafting. Do you know what a VCR? I had a VCR. The thing is, in Canada, we run probably like 10 years behind whatever technologies in the United States. So while everybody was like getting DVDs, we were still using, VHS tapes and stuff. Well, until when I was a kid. The VHS tapes used to drive my parents crazy because, you know, you could reach your hand in that one spot and I'd pull out the tape and unravel it. They'd spend hours on the couch, like, rewinding the tapes, yeah. Does the carnival work? Unfortunately not. There's no operational stuff over there. Do you have a CD player in your Oldsmobile? No, the Oldsmobile was from the 70s. I don't even think CDs were a thing then. It originally, I think, had maybe an 8-track, but when I bought it, it had just a generic radio, which was destroyed, so I replaced it with a modern Bluetooth unit. So my 70s car actually has Bluetooth and I can hook it up to my phone. It kind of ruins the 70s vibe a little bit, but at the same time too, it was the cheapest unit I could put in it, so whatever, it works. CDs came out in 1989. Okay. I was going for a tape. It might have been. I never saw the original radio. I'm just guessing. A cassette player, maybe, yeah. Does anyone in chat listen to music? Well, everyone's listening to 80s corporate music at the moment. I will make pancakes for breakfast tomorrow. That's a solid ways to start the day. I'll have to see if I have a new 80s corporate song to put on here. Yeah, there we go. At Aerospace Industries, we make the finest in aerospace technology. Here's our worker. Aerospace Chloe. Bought some CDs at Walmart yesterday. One's of Bob Marley and the other's of Johnny Cash. Two legends. Tim Hortons only sells donuts and muffins. The quality has really suffered in years. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I still go to Tim Hortons because it's cheap, but I've been going to Tim Hortons my entire life. Like when I was like an infant, my mom loves their coffee, so like when I was really young, we were going there every day, and I remember how stuff used to taste, and it's definitely gone downhill. Looks like we got a super chat. Play Santa Fe all the way if possible. I really wish I could, but I can only play like what's licensed from Universal Productions, so I can't play any like mainstream songs. I can only play like 20-year-old stuff. Last time I bought music at a store was a record store. They were making a comeback. I had a friend who was really big into that. He would collect records, and it was always cool because we'd be going, you know, I'd go to antique stores to look for the trains, and he'd always be looking for old records to play. Never in my life did I think I'd see an Acela pulling a coal train. Yep, only on the main line. The quarter pounder used to be my favorite sandwich at McDonald's, but when they went to fresh beef, it ruined it, totally changed the taste. Well, you're in luck, because in Canada, they still have frozen beef for the quarter pounder, so it probably still tastes the same. Anyways, I think I should finish off the live stream. I got a 10% battery notice probably 20 minutes ago, so I think this phone is going to kick out at any moment here, but I'll answer a few more questions. Off to Canada. Yeah, exactly. If you want to get the original quarter pounder, just go to Canada so you can still get a frozen patty. Honestly, I'm surprised that actually tastes better. It doesn't sound better, but yeah, it's funny how it's like that. Bon nuit, SMT. Bon nuit. Canadian McDonald's doesn't have biscuits for breakfast? I thought they did. Uh-oh. Of course, right before the live stream ends. Something... Oh, crap. Don't know what that's all about. How's Quebec? I'm going there for a BMQ. I don't know what a BMQ is, but I don't know. Parts of Quebec are really interesting. It's definitely got that European influence with the French side. But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Quebec is massive. It depends what part you're going. Blue Goose to the repair shop. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. BMQ is basic training. Going to Saint Jean Rochelle. Do you know where that is, Chloe?
What?
Saint Jean Rochelle.
I'm not sure actually.
I haven't heard of that part of Quebec. I don't know where that is in Quebec. It's probably near Quebec City or something.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, I think we'll call it a night there. Thank you all so much for joining in this evening. And huge thanks also goes out to Chloe for reading a lot of the comments and for sticking around for this live stream.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate y'all stopping by. Have a wonderful Friday night, everyone.